Hello Internet! We are back on BattleSpot and in a moment we are going to do some games. A little bit of an update first though, when we get this going. There we go, let's pick some music. Oh, let's go, whatever, music 14, why not? Yeah, the Paris Regional was the last weekend and I did go, finished 11th, so I got some championship points, so I'm happy with that. The Sunday when I got back was the last day of the International Challenge as well, so I did about 30 games, I think just over 30 games in the one day, and finished just over 1,700, so I think I should get some championship points from that as well. But how are we going to go about this? See, now Weavile is potentially an issue. I think I'm still going to lead with Kieran, but I don't like that Weavile. Go with Whimsicott and Groudon as well. And see how we go with this. Yeah, I mean it's a typical sort of Rayquaza Kyogre team with the Ferrothorn and the Gengar and the Crobat. Yeah, this Salamence slot is the one that's sort of puzzling me most, because it would be nice to have something like I did use before. I think it was before I started using Salamence. I did have Talonflame in that slot with a Quick Guard to help with stuff like this. It can Tailwind as well, but Salamence does maybe help a little bit more against the big six sort of teams. I don't know. We'll see how this game goes, I suppose. Like, I've thought about using Terrakion in that slot. I suppose that wouldn't help with a Quick Guard on Weavile, and if it's got low kick, then it doesn't really help it too much either. This is probably the worst lead I could have seen for my Kieran here. I have tried Landorus Theory in that slot as well. Thought about using Kangaskhan in that slot, but don't really like the idea of that. Now, it's just a bit of a 50-50 10, I suppose, isn't it? Do I bring in my Groudon? Does he bring in his Rayquaza? What do we think? Well, I think I want my Gravity up. And it's just going to go for a Fake Out, isn't he? Surely just a Fake Out. So you know what I am going to bring my Groudon in. Sakirium switches out first. Doesn't tell me anything yet because it is the fastest thing on the field. And Weavile, hopefully it's just going to go for a Fake Out. Yeah, good. So there's a Fake Out. And maybe an Ice move. Well, yeah, maybe an Ice move. Hopefully a Water move. We'll see. Water Spout, okay, good. So now he will be bringing the, I think there's any question, he will be bringing the Rayquaza in. So I'm going to feint it on the way in, just because. Oh, actually, the Weavile, it used Fake Out and it didn't show a Life Orb, so the Weavile probably has the Focus Sash. I was going to feint the incoming Rayquaza so that I could definitely knock it out with Blizzard the next turn, but it's probably a Life Orb one, actually. So we'll go for a Taunt onto the Kyogre, and we will still bring in the Kira. I'm taunting the Kyogre just because I'm expecting the Sableye to go down this turn, and then I can bring in Whimsicott and basically, you know, I can threaten it with whatever and it won't be able to protect. Kyurem shouldn't take too much damage from a Water Spout. I mean, it'll do probably about 40%, but no, it's just an Origin Pulse. Maybe 35% then. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, not even that. And the Sableye survives, so that's the power or lack of a non-water boosted move. I suppose just in case it does have the sash, and just in case it protects, which it does, I'm going to go for a feint here. Yeah, good. That gives me so much freedom in this game. Yeah, there's always a freeze chance as well, which is nice. I wonder if that Rayquaza was Life Orb or Focus Sash then. So he's got Weavile in the back, and we don't know what his last one is yet. I would have suspected that was a Life Orb Rayquaza, just because the Weavile didn't have the Life Orb. So, do I bring in Groudon or Whimsicott? I think I'm going to go with Whimsicott, just to maybe take advantage of gravity a bit more. Now, what I don't want to see is a feint and an Ice Beam on my Whimsicott, because he could definitely do that. But I'm just going again for a Blizzard, even though both of these are obviously resisted Pokemon. I'm going for a Blizzard because I'm a really nasty person and I want to freeze him. Now, the real reason is because I just want to break that Focus Sash on the Weavile. Okay, so this is the fake out onto the Whimsicott. Yeah, I thought he might do. I mean, obviously a freeze would be nice, but no freezes. Okay. I'm gonna Grass Whistle the Weavile, actually, and go for a Blizzard. See, this might seem really silly, just sort of sitting in here and Blizzarding. But whatever it's gonna bring in, it's not gonna appreciate. I mean, Ferrothorn is not really gonna appreciate a Blizzard here. And I suppose maybe he wanted some chance of winning the Weather War too. Gravity is probably going to be ending now though, so yeah. So, yeah, I'm sure I could have played this a bit better, but it is what it is. The Whimsicott, well, if it wakes up and double targets it, it can go down. The Kyurem, I don't know, like, how risky do I want to be? Do I want to just sit in here, sit in Blizzards, because it will knock out the Weavile and will do a good chunk to the Ferrothorn too? Or do I want to try and play it a little bit safer? Yeah, I think we do. I think we're going to protect the Whimsicott and bring the Groudon in. This does invite, obviously, his Kyogre to come in and set the rain back up again. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I'm kind of expecting that I will be bringing my Groudon out again at some point. But it wouldn't be too much of a prediction for him to just Gyro Ball into it. I was tempted to Moonblast the... and I should have done, to Moonblast the Weavile there, but I just wanted to make sure that Ferrothorn kept its Sash. Now, what move did Weavile use? It used Fake Out, and then nothing else. So, I'm going to go for an Encore onto the Weavile, seeing as it hasn't woken up yet. And the Kyogre was at about 80%, wasn't it? So, if I Swords Dance here, then it's in Precipice Blade's range. So, as long as I hit my Precipice Blades here, then I should be winning this game. And, okay. Oh. Well, I didn't expect that. Maybe the Ferrothorn is banded? Maybe he was expecting the Kyurem to come in, me expecting his Kyogre to come in. So, I'm gonna bring Kyurem in for the Whimsicott, and just go for a Precipice Blades. Yeah, he can't switch his Kyogre in, because it's going to be taking a Precipice Blades. He's got to protect his Ferrothorn and just sacrifice the Weavile here, surely. In which case, maybe I could have kept the Whimsicott in to Encore the Ferrothorn. Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. And just sacrificing Weavile here. So in a way, it might have been nice to not hit the Weavile there, but didn't have any choice of the matter. And now really, as long as I hit my Precipice Blades, I've won the game. Like, that's the win condition that I set up for myself. But it's only an 85% of a win condition. So maybe I could have done a little bit better there. I don't know, so I'm thinking, like, if I miss the Kyogre, 2 Dragon Pulses I don't think is going to knock. I mean, 2 Dragon Pulses and a Moonblast might, but he might just be protecting the Kyogre here, just hoping for an avoid on the Ferrothorn too. I'm going to lock into Ice Beam, I think, on the Ferrothorn and Precipice Blades. So Ice Beam should be a 2-hit KO on the Ferrothorn here. Ooh, it's a Citrus Berry one. And now it's just time to hope, I suppose, that we hit the moves, and we do. So, this was one of those games that honestly, I probably could have made it a bit more secure at the end there, but it was one of these games that came down to basically, if I hit the Precipice Blades, then you win, and that's never a situation that I like to be in. I always hated Muddy Water as a move. 85% accuracy is not something you want to be relying on. The amount of people that I know that have missed top cut spaces or lost in the top cut or whatever because they're like Kingdra missed the Muddy Water or something. So let's jump into the next game and hopefully it'll be a good one. Let's see how we go. Let's see if we can pick a different music. Again, I've got no idea what the musics are, but 19 is a different number, isn't it? So yeah, just ignore the win-loss ratio on there. It is abysmal, I know. But you know what? It is what it is, isn't it? Playing around on Battle Spot, you probably get more from than twiddling around on Showdown, to be honest. So, it is what it is. And I can't, unfortunately, do different games on my other DS because it would reset the ranking on this one too. So, all the games this season have kind of got to be on this one. But it's Mr. Eobo. I recognise this name, and it's a Big Six team. Joy. So, this is our Big Six lead, I suppose. If I was on Showdown now, I'd be putting the timer on, like pressure. There you go. I've made my moves. But yeah, this is this is a problem. Like the Big Six team, it is a problem. And when you look at the Paris Regional top cut as well, then you know that there is a problem with the format, because one team should not be that dominant. And really, a lot of it is held together by the Smeargle. So, I don't know. I wouldn't want to ban Smeargle, but I would want to ban Dark Void. I do think it needs to go. These Big Six matchups are always winnable, but they're always losable as well. So, I don't know, let's see how this goes. I'm hoping for like a Talonflame Groudon lead, but unfortunately I'm not that lucky. Yeah, having Salamence on this team probably does invite the Xerneas a little bit more as well. Is he going to go for a Geomancy, or is he just going to go straight for a Dazzling Gleam? Well, either way, I'm going to go for a Gravity because I need the Gravity up. And I'm going to go straight for a Double Edge onto the Talonflame. I need that Talonflame gone. The Talonflame is the thing that can basically just quick guard all over my Pokemon. All over my Grass Whistles and stuff. All over my Quashes. So, if he goes for a Geomancy here, then, maybe next turn I can go for like a Quash Double Edge or something like that. If he just knocks out both my Pokemon, then he hasn't got a Geomancy up, obviously. And I've got Gravity up, and I should be in a decent position. He actually goes for a Quick Guard, so he will be going for a Geomancy here, because he did that to protect himself against the Taunt. So, I get my Gravity, and the Talonflame, unless it's got a Focus Sash or like a really physically defensive one, will be going down here. And ooh, just a Dazzling Gleam. Okay. Well, you know, even though I've lost 2 of my Pokemon, I don't actually mind that too much. Yeah. Because I got rid of the Talonflame. So let's put Groudon out. And Whimsicott. And I know Smeargle could still be annoying. Kangaskhan. I suppose he could go for a Fake Out and a Geomancy here. Although, if he does do that, then both of his Pokemon are threatened by an Encore the next turn. So I'm really tempted to go for a Swords Dance and protect with Whimsicott. Because surely he's got to Fake Out the Whimsicott. I mean, I could just be sort of safe and double protect, but then he could just Geomancy. Let me think. What's the worst case scenario if I go for a Swords Dance? He goes for a Fake Out and a Moonblast onto the Groudon. That's the worst case scenario, I guess. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, yeah. This is risky. Am I gonna be wishing that I went for a double protect? Nice. Really nice. I got that turn right. Good. So the Kangaskhan is threatened by an Encore here. And a Grass Whistle, obviously, as well. So definitely going to go for a Precipice Blades here. The question is, how big do I think this 9% is? I mean, obviously 9% is always 9%, but I can Encore the Kangaskhan to make sure that that definitely cannot knock my Whimsicott out here. Because if he does, then I think he's probably still won the game. If I go for the Encore and he switches that out into Smeargle, then I'm still not in a good position. So I think I do want to Grass Whistle the Kangaskhan here and hope it hits. Good, it does. Thank goodness. Yeah, so Kangaskhan takes its first turn of sleep. He might be losing both of his Pokemon here, though. His last Pokemon is probably Groudon, then. But we'll see. How bulky is Xerneas? Not that bulky. Okay, so both of them go down. And is it Groudon? I would expect it to be Groudon now. Yeah, it is. So the only chance he has got of winning this game is if he avoids a Grass Whistle, which is 9%, wins the Speed tie, which is 50%, and gets a critical hit with his Precipice Blades onto my Groudon, which is whatever a critical hit rate is, like 6% or something, is it? Something like that. Oh, actually, my Groudon has taken damage, so he doesn't need the critical hit. So he needs to avoid this Grass Whistle, 9%, and, presuming that is maximum speed Groudon, win the speed tie. So, Precipice Blades, Grass Whistle, which makes, what, a 4.5% chance of him winning this game? Is he going to get it? That's like, you know, a little bit less than an air/flint, miss rather, not a flinch. That's unfortunately a bit higher than that. But yeah, I hit and I hit. So fantastic. Right, well, thank you very much, my lovely viewers. I hope you've enjoyed watching this Battle Spot video. Please like and share the video if you have enjoyed it and think it deserves such lovely treatment from yourselves. So, you know, I hope you've liked it. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks a lot for watching, and goodbye for now.